You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Team Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Dance Moms After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Dance Moms After Show.
Living on the dance floor. This is weird with two people.
Oh,
Brittany
Flora.
and Brittany and Brittany and Brittany. Living on the dance floor. Little Miss Sunshine.
That's amazing.
What's up, guys? You're watching AfterBuzz TV. Bing is for doing right now. We are doing another recap of the second part of the very long Dance Moms season. And right now, my regular co-hosts are out, which means we got a special guest in the house. To my right, we got Mr. Ricky Palomino.
Hello, everybody. So happy to be back with you, Giselle.
I know. I'm so
It's always
happy
a good
to have
time
you
being
back.
here.
We always have so
Yeah.
much fun. Thank you so much for being here.
Just talk and dance all the time. That's how we do.
Know. If you are not familiar, Ricky was one of the incredible choreographers from Abby's first season of her Ultimate Dance competition. He will also be making some appearances on So You Think You Can Dance this season.
Yeah,
And you
amazing.
are always up to a lot of really fun things. So we're looking forward to seeing
Gotta keep it
more of you
interesting.
on the small screen, maybe the big screen, and of course in the recording studio as well.
Absolutely.
And in
always,
here.
always. I always love coming back here. It's amazing being with you.
Well, if you are listening live, please tweet us your questions. I'm at Giselle Ugarte, always live tweeting. And of course, follow Ricky at Ricky Palomino, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get right into today's episode, which was called An Apple a Day Keeps Abby Away. And this episode focused a lot on Cathy and the candy apples. We barely even got to see any of Abby Lee Miller's company.
Yeah, they were
which I kind of didn't mind as much, even though Cathy bothers me, but I liked seeing another dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we always see the moms over and over again getting mad about the same things over and over again, seeing the girls struggle with the same things over and over again. I don't know, what did you think about Cathy stealing a little bit of the show?
No, you're right. It was actually a little breath of fresh air, and it was funny to see that they actually have their own little team name, the Apple Corps.
Oh.
I mean, really, really interesting, and nice to see a couple new faces.
Yeah, new but familiar, because you worked with Hadley and Yvette, you worked with Zach and Gina as well.
Yep.
So what did you think of them joining forces with the Candy Apples?
You know, it's nice to see them moving on and keeping busy with it. They've got great training. The show did many great things for them, and it's just nice to see them utilizing it all.
Do you think they've improved?
Absolutely. I mean, the parents are always a handful, but the
Definitely.
dancers, they're growing as artists, they're growing as people, and I mean, yeah, they're actually getting a little taller. It's crazy.
I know, little babies. Well, Abby is growing as well. We see her looking at LA spaces. I mean, she was in town because she is shooting the second season of Abby's Ultimate Dance competition.
Yep.
But do you think she would actually buy some real estate in LA and start teaching here?
I definitely see her finding her comfort zone here.
Really?
She's getting really comfortable here. And I mean, her company's so behind her that they actually would follow her over.
You think so?
Absolutely. Those kids get some impeccable training from her. Even when she's gone, like, they have her set regimen of teaching while she's away. So she's actually put in her work, and it's paid forward.
How do you think she would compare to other studios and instructors in LA? Because I almost feel like maybe she wouldn't be able to keep up.
You know, some
But
of
you
the
would know better
dance
than I.
studios are there. The dance studios out here are incredible. The dancers are incredible only because they have all of the best choreographers in their backyard. You know, they have that access. And when choreographers aren't working on shows, you know, they're out teaching at these local studios. So, for her studio alone, it'll be like a nice graduation step for them. But I don't know. I definitely see it as a possibility. She looked at, I don't know, I think 3 or 4 properties here.
And we got to see her on the pole, which was
quite the shenanigan.
quite.
And then shopping silks.
Yes.
So she's taking
Hammocks, liras.
Oh my gosh, like she's going there. So, yeah, which is another great training for dancers as well, because she's right. You know, in this episode, she talks about a lot of the times nowadays in world tours and concert shows, you see a lot of silk works and acrobatics and stuff like that, and she's taking it there.
Well, she wants to be well-rounded. Or she wants her dancers to be well-rounded.
Absolutely.
Although she did say, I'll be back, but not to teach children. Do you think that meant not to teach children, but to teach adults, or to pick up some moves?
I feel like she's got the regiment to hand over to Gianna to teach the little kids. You know, her little ones, her babies, are like now growing up, so they're not necessarily kids anymore. So I think that's probably what she meant by she won't be teaching kids anymore.
I was hoping it meant that we would see her taking a pole dancing class.
Oh my god.
Not that I would necessarily want to see that,
Giselle.
but my mind is often in the gutter, so I can't help myself. Then we go. I know. Sorry. The V's Express. Just kidding. Then we go over to the Candy Apples. It's, you know, the revolving door of the Candy Apples. A whole new team once again. Of course, some familiar faces, which we discussed. Some familiar faces. We have Zach and Gina, Hadley and Yvette. In addition, we also have Nick coming back. We also have Jalen coming back, and his dad, who we love.
Little shake, shake, shimmy, shimmy.
We also have new on the team Campbell, and we have Mary.
Yep.
And we have Anthony, who's there to stay. He says he likes the challenge. Do you think Anthony and Cathy are a good fit?
They are, but they definitely like clash a little bit. He certainly has his, you know, his expertise in what he does, and she has her expertise in what she does. But it seems to be going well. The only real setback is the costume thing.
Yeah.
The look of everything. He has a certain vision for things, and yeah.
Anthony was a bit of a character this episode, I thought. Like, normally you see him, he's really in the zone and he's stern, and this time I felt like, I don't know, you just saw him try to talk to the kids, but you weren't really sure if this was something that he'd prepared ahead of time, or if this is just kind of his poetic way of speaking.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely getting comfortable with Cathy.
And the camera.
But I feel like this episode, he was a little harsh, like tongued with the kids. You know what I mean?
It's not new.
I mean,
He's made him cry before.
Oh, now that we know, which is just insane, because talk about shutting a kid down. I mean, you want to embrace a kid, you want to build them up and encourage them, and I feel like he helps only build their walls up towards the work.
But is that just maybe teaching them to be professional?
Maybe.
Well, you know, speaking of professional, Cathy does decide, well, you know what? I think we might make some cuts. And she also ends up bringing another addition. My very favorite, Kaya and Nakaya. La, la, la.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a breakaway from Cathy being positive? Was that her trying to be more professional? Was that her trying to impress production?
You know, I feel like at this point that she's not really building dancers. At this point,
Well,
she's a
obviously.
casting director.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a perfect way to put it.
I mean, if she wants to build a team and a group of dancers that work together, they need to work together year round.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're all over the place. Their technique is it's not the same because
so many different levels.
Yeah, and like the trainings, they're from different places. Mm-hmm. So the performance quality is different. Technical ability is it's just insane. But I'd like to see them like have a little bit more time with each other to see how they grow.
I know.
So.
Well, the nice thing is that Anthony is a talented choreographer, and he is able to play up the strengths and have, you know, choreography going on over here and choreography going on over here.
And that's how they work well together.
Yes, exactly. But in the background, you do see a little bit of tension when Mary's mom and Jalen's dad are in the back, and she's saying how it's kind of unfair that, like, anyone could do street choreography, and he's like, oh, well, anyone could do ballet versus break. What did you think about that little discussion?
I mean, it comes to a point where you just gotta let the kids do what they do best and just hope for the best. That was a little harsh. You know what I mean? I mean,
was there any truth to it?
She's got to give him credit. He is a b-boy, but he's picking up choreo. He's doing his thing. He's keeping up performance-wise. I mean, literally, she's not one to talk because her daughter could not break dance like Jalen could.
Okay.
Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
And nowadays, versatility is where every single dancer needs to be. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And everything's contemporary.
Yeah, but I feel like Jalen's definitely like doing his part. He's working hard. He's always there, you know. Mary completely missed a rehearsal, let the team down when they're brand new with each other. Like, how are they supposed to get to move with each other and get to know each other as people? On and off stage.
What do you think, not of how they did the competition, but just generally speaking, the theme of the contemporary dance? They say it's about firsts, and Anthony starts asking about the first kiss, and the kids get really nervous. Do you think this is something that they really can understand and connect with, or is it totally out of left field?
I mean, that was just, I feel like it's definitely too old for these kids. I mean, these are kids we're talking about. And this piece is about your first kiss and your first love, and he's interviewing them about, so have you had your first kiss? And Jalen talks about,
I stole a kiss or whatever.
Yeah, it's our mouths slipped or something, and I'm like,
I wonder if it was with Vivi.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
Who knows? I mean, PG-13, questionable.
Questionable. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. But they do end up making some cuts, and I thought it was just crazy how Cathy walks in. She says that she's going to make cuts. She grabs Jalen as if she's going to pull him, and then goes, Campbell, we're going to have to cut you.
I know. Campbell was so devastated. Poor thing.
Campbell, didn't you learn from Elizabeth's mistake on Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition? You can't do that on camera, let alone in general, let alone as a professional. She threw the biggest tantrum and was screaming.
I know, it was
like not even just like
horrendous.
A fake cry or like a fake smile, I mean, where she's just like, I'm really happy for you guys. It was just like it's over.
Oh my God, she did pull that line.
Yeah.
Oh, can we just...
And then the mom is just like, oh no, you're perfect and you're wonderful. And I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a mom, so I don't know what it's like to have a kid and, you know,
but how
figure
about
out the
this?
happy medium. But
how about this? Cathy's trying to create this whole new group, this new team, but yet saying that one of them's going to be cut. Now she's creating this whole competitive atmosphere on top of creating a team. Mm-hmm. So now they're like kind of against each other, like, you know, they're there as a team, but like in the curtain they're just like, oh well,
she does usually rank them, but she didn't this week, probably because everybody's new. And then she did hand out solos to Hadley and Zach. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they are the two best, but and they deserve it. They work hard.
And by the way, I did talk to some of the moms. I also talked to Yvette, who I guess she is one of the moms, but you know, I love Yvette. So I will have some little bits of news and gossip, of course, as always, the inside scoop that we give only here at AfterBuzz TV for Dance Moms. Anyway, meanwhile, what did you think of Yvette's return? She started crying, now that I'm thinking about it, when she was introduced to the rest of the moms, and she's still on that roadkill thing.
Exactly. It's just like Cathy. Cathy is still on this whole revenge to get to Abby. And then Yvette fits right in that. Like, she's just out to get Abby and
prove her wrong.
It's just insane. Like, we move on? Like, it's been how many months? Like, wow.
Well, she did say that she's over it now, but she did say that it was continuing to stir, and that's why she cried.
I mean, it's getting a little old. I mean, but then again, Anthony goes in and talks to Hadley about her solo and says it's about being an older woman. It's about being this
Glamorous.
Yeah, and I'm like, can we keep kids like kids?
I know. No.
Everything
no, we
has
can't.
to be
We
about
can't.
being older
Va boom.
and experienced and in love and oh gosh, calm it down.
No.
I mean,
Promiscuous in the arts, it always happens young.
I guess
Anyway, meanwhile at Abby Lee's dance company, the moms go out for a drink. Christy Ray, way to take it down. She took that shot like a champ.
oh my God, if anyone took it like a champ, it was her. Seriously.
All the moms are slurring around the table, talking about Abby being in LA. Jill, I thought it was funny how, I don't know if you noticed this at home, but Jill's hair color kept on changing in the confessional. She'd go from blonde Jill to brunette Jill.
Got it. Yep. I'm like,
Nice
time lapse.
editing, guys.
Okay, continuity, please.
Another nice job on the editing side. And then we see Abby, who's getting her makeup done behind the scenes of Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition.
I mean, it's like every time Abby goes away to do something big for the dancers, for her kids, it's like the moms have to like go out and start partying and have fun and
Might as well.
I mean,
Live a little.
It is a little vacation time for them, but at some point they got to realize that the bigger scheme of things, like Abby's legit out trying to make a better world for her dancers. So
Maybe they trust Gianna, whereas I think Abby's sneaky.
now that one, Gianna, I feel like does not get as much credit as she should.
Oh, absolutely not.
That girl holds the fort. She holds it down.
Agreed.
She keeps the training going. She runs that studio. So, Gianna, we love you. This is your shout out, girl. Bravo.
Because we all know Abby can't demonstrate.
Exactly.
So John, the creator of Dance Moms, comes, takes a little visit with Abby, and they conjure this plan to spy on the candy apples in Ohio. Like, oh yeah, let's just take a casual trip to Ohio from Pittsburgh. And of course they call Jill, who's sneaky, and I've heard that Jill is really the sneakiest in person. And her response is just, when, where?
Exactly.
What should we do?
You owe me big time for this.
Yeah. Do we think it's unfair of the moms to go to the competition that they're not even competing at?
I mean, let's get real here. This competition is a small competition. I mean, there are no heavy hitters at this competition. There's no reason for them to even be there.
Yeah. Except for to scope out the team. But why?
Exactly.
Are they threatened?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The difference is Abby actually trains her dancers. She doesn't call in and just cast them. There's a difference.
On occasion.
On occasion.
To stir the pot.
Yeah. Keep them on their toes, for sure.
If you are listening live or if you are watching us on YouTube tomorrow, please give us a comment. Join our conversation. Let us know what you think about what we're talking about. Do you think it was fair that the moms went to go scout out the competition? Do you think Abby will make the move to LA? What are some of your predictions for this season? We love hearing from our super fans. And I love when you guys are tweeting me during the show or tweeting me little behind the scenes clips, giving me nuggets of information that I wouldn't otherwise know about, because I am on the West Coast, and so you guys see everything before I do. And of course, make sure that you subscribe to us, like us, share our video, and check us out on iTunes as well. Subscribe to our podcast. Comment, please give us 5 stars, and if you don't want to give us 5 stars, let us know why so that you can. And also, as a reminder, please check out Serial Buddies. That is the movie created by our founders, Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos, starring so many fun celebrities: Beth Bears, Cathy Lee Gifford, Maria Menounos, Henry Winkler. The list goes on and on and on. It's hilarious, and it's available for download on iTunes, and it helps us to bring you free episodes every single day, all hours of the day, every single week after week after week. Keeps the lights on, keeps hosts and guests like us coming back. So yeah, thank you so much for all of you who are so dedicated every single week. We appreciate you so much, and we do read all of your comments and tweets, the good, the bad, and even those that we don't respond to, although we do try to. So
do it now.
Yeah, do it
now.
now.
Go download now. You have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're back.
And
Hello.
we're back.
And great commercial break. And
Hi, I'm Giselle Ugarte.
Here with Ricky Palomino, special guest.
Thank you. So let's talk about this competition, Youngstown, USA. It's in Ohio.
Yeah.
Zach is doing a solo called Puppet, and there's this huge thing about the costume.
Well, that was
and the makeup.
Anthony's first thing. Anthony prefaces this whole solo going into it saying it's going to be an amazing solo because he's got this amazing costume. And we see the costume, and what is Zach wearing?
He looked like a clown to me.
Wearing Speedos. I mean, those were some tight shorts.
They were pretty tight.
I mean, come on.
See, for me, I wasn't a huge fan of the costume. I thought it was a little clownish. I think the makeup was the most distracting for me.
Yeah.
I think if it was just a simple, just no cheeks, just maybe a black line right here, that would have been enough.
Yeah.
But then the colors and the polka dots and the purple socks, just all that combined was a little distracting to me. And I don't know necessarily that it took away from the choreography because I thought that it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Zach has improved so much. He really commands his presence on the stage, and his technique is just ridiculous.
He's turning into a little man for sure.
He really is. But sometimes at competitions like that, little things like, for example, the costume and the execution of the costume can be the difference.
So then, talking about him becoming a little man, at that age, being a 13-year-old dancer, which I actually think he's like 14 now, but being a young male dancer, first of all, that's pressure already.
Yeah.
You know? And then to come out with a costume like that, that's like just, like you said, polka dots, straps, colors, makeup, that's B. C is the shorts. It's so revealing. Like, at that age for a boy, being a young male dancer, I mean, you're really self-conscious. That really like killed his confidence a little bit, and he cried about it, which was disheartening. I hate to see kids crying.
And he is so professional, and he is so strong that clearly it was something that got to his core for him to cry like that to his mom on TV with the cameras around.
And which he cried so hard that it made his mom cry too. Oh my God, I felt so bad for the both of them.
Cubs.
Oh, Gina, we love you. You're an amazing mom. You're amazing for supporting your son.
Tell me what you thought about the dancing.
Okay, starting with Hadley solo.
Well, with Zach's.
Zach solo. I mean, like you said, well executed, great performer. His presence has gotten even better than the last time I saw him, which was on Abby's Ultimate last season. He's just aware. Simply put, he's just aware of his body, of his audience, of his technique, his weight distribution. Like he's the whole package.
Good. He's amazing.
He's the whole package.
I loved it. I loved almost everything about it, but I definitely didn't feel like his expression matched the costume, which did not match the music.
Absolutely.
You know, I think his expression matched the music and the choreography, but I felt like it was a little distracting. But I mean, that's not his fault. That's not your fault, Zach. We love you.
It's the choreographer's fault.
Always have.
But
then moving on, we love you. Then moving on to Hadley, Miss Glamour Queen.
She is a really beautiful girl.
She is.
I mean, beautiful, stunning, but let's be real. When it comes to technique, those legs, those knees, those feet, I mean, those arms. Her fifth is what, here? Like, is she covering her hat?
Oh.
Like, can we get that fifth pulled up?
Well, give her some advice. Let's be constructive here. Let's
Hadley,
be positive. Let's be positive.
You gotta dance like you're 10 feet tall, honey. Your fifth can't be restless here. It's gotta like reach. You gotta like dance beyond the room. But I feel like, you know, her technique is just struggled a little bit. So then the result was her not winning the highest score.
I feel like Hadley has improved so much. She looks like she looked so much more mature.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
think when she was on Abby's Ultimate, I always felt like her expressions were a little cheesier. They were a little too choreographed.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, she's supposed to be this glamazon, you know, sultry, sophisticated dancer. And I definitely noticed a difference.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is still improvement that she can work on. And I'm hoping that having more experience in front of the camera, getting to see herself every week, that she will start to see perhaps some of the places where she can improve.
Absolutely.
And having a mom like Yvette, I mean,
oh my God, absolutely.
she's going to point it out as well. But little things like that.
But her
lengthening
performance
the
quality,
movement,
she's a performer.
She is.
I mean, she's stunning on stage.
She is.
That simple
the costume
walk
was
at
great.
the end, that her walk is ferocious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a walk.
Little things that I did notice, though, she opens her mouth the whole time, which I wanted to close her mouth. Hadley closed her mouth. There were a couple times when her attitude behind her was a little weak or it was a little sickled.
Very short.
She started off really strong in terms of pointing her toes, and that was always something that Abby called her out on, is like having the full line.
Yeah.
And then it started to get a little weak towards the end, especially in her Alla Seconds. I noticed it the most. But I thought that the execution and just the movement and just hitting like different transitions and hitting different poses, they were so strong, so on point. And so Hadley, I'm incredibly proud of you and hope to see more of you this season and hope to see you improving more and more. She looked so gorgeous. She's growing up into this beautiful young lady.
She really is.
And
that song was really beautiful, and she captured the whole presence of it. I mean, that was really, really stunning. So, A+ for that.
Good
you
job.
better go, girl. Round of applause for you, sister.
She got second place on that one. And then we go behind the scenes for a little while and we see Yvette, as the parents said, kissing up to Anthony.
Yes.
What do we think is going on here? Is this editing? Is she there for selfish reasons? Is she there for the team? Are the parents just jealous? What's going on?
I mean, it was probably just in the moment. Like, she was probably just, I mean, she probably didn't really know what she was saying. But the parents were right on with her. They just like attacked her, you know? I've never seen Gina blow up like that.
I know. Well, the thing is, though, is I have a hard time believing that Gina would actually yell at Yvette like that.
Yeah.
I definitely felt like there was a big jump cut in the editing that didn't make
sure.
sense.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact, you know, being friendly with Yvette, that her and Gina are really close.
Yeah.
So I can't see them yelling at each other like that. Like, I would almost see Gina yelling at Rick, not at Yvette.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why the parents get so jealous when one parent is being particularly outgoing and nice to the choreographer. You want your kid to have the points. That's not necessarily a mom living vicariously through their kid.
Yeah.
That's them just simply trying to get on the good side of the choreographer. And there have been plenty of times where, whether it's a project or a dance that, yeah, I'm going to be there for the team once I'm a part of the team, but sometimes it takes just one person to convince me to do it. And for her, it was Anthony. She's been there before.
Yeah.
She trusts, I mean,
They have a longer
Cathy
relationship.
doesn't have the best reputation
Yep.
in terms of this show. And so to see like, oh, well, Anthony's with Cathy. Oh, okay, well, then maybe she is. You know, I didn't see that anything wrong with that. Let me know at home if you disagree. But what do you think?
I mean, okay, I completely agree with you, but in a sense, like, since Black Patsy, which that name is just horrible. Can we get rid of that name? Okay.
Sorry if you're at home being like, why aren't you guys talking more about Black Patsy? Because I don't really want to talk about Black Patsy. I don't really like her, and she can go home. But if you have opinions about her, you can leave it in the comment section. I just don't want to give her attention.
Absolutely, but her being brought
Unless she gets
in,
in a cat fight, in which
does
case
she
I'll
have room to
talk
even
against
call other people out when
No.
she's the newbie? Like, take a seat, honey, and just be glad that you're here.
I know, but she doesn't. I mean, that's what she's known for. I just don't understand why Cathy called her in. Okay, now we're talking about it. Great, we're giving her attention. I don't understand why Cathy brought her in when she's such a liability to begin with. She's been kicked out of competitions. She has a terrible reputation. She's so trashy and class. Like,
Yeah.
don't like her.
Yeah.
Over
Moving
it.
on.
So the group competition, they do the contemporary dance. I didn't like the costumes at all, and that kind of distracted me. I thought it looked very unprofessional and like very like dancing in a high school gym kind of a thing.
Absolutely.
As opposed to a competition.
I mean,
Kind of distracting. I know that sounds silly, but costumes can make or break a dance if they're that distracting.
even the
guys
boys
wore
were
t-shirts.
they were uncomfortable in them. They were wearing pink.
Yeah.
What young boy likes to dance in pink?
Not. Well, I was gonna say not me, but I wasn't a young boy, so I was but you know, whatever. I didn't think they didn't have an emotional connection at all.
Well,
and
that's
took away.
That's
from
where the
choreography.
connection, like that's where the connection comes back in. Is they're not trained to dance together. You know what I mean? It looked like a bunch of soloists on stage. Their technique was all over the place because they've been trained in so many different studios. I feel like I didn't even really see the dance. There were so many cuts.
Yeah.
Like there were so many splices.
Yes.
My focus only
But
went
you
to
can see
Zach.
full dances online, so make sure you check them out. But yeah, my focal point was Zach as well.
Zach.
They just don't have the maturity to connect in that way, or maybe they don't explain it well enough, because I know that I have seen Zach do beautiful partner work where he's completely connected, but he's one of the older ones, and everyone else, I just, you know, I can't, like, Jalen doesn't, I don't know, and it's not just Jalen, I'm not just calling out Jalen, but he is, you know, someone who takes attention in a good way, and I didn't believe the partnerships that were going on, or even the group connection for that matter, but they did get first.
They did.
So Cathy was happy.
Well, like
Which is
I
so
said,
surprising. I just don't understand how the group dance can get first, but Zach didn't get first and Hadley didn't get first. It's not fair.
But here's the deal. I mean, there are no heavy hitters at this certain competition.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that if there are no heavy hitters, then why did Zach get third? Because Zach is amazing.
Exactly. I completely agree with you on that. So of course they're gonna get first. I mean, Abby's not there.
True.
I mean, isn't the whole point of it to beat Abby?
It is, but still, they should be the best for themselves, and I just think that Zach and Hadley are amazing.
They are amazing.
What did we think about the Dance Moms, the original Dance Moms, the Abby Lee Dance Company Dance Moms, coming in? They had a little confrontation with Cathy, and then who knows what's going to happen? We see a little finger in the nose. We'll talk about predictions, obviously, later, but, you know, what do we think about them sitting right behind Cathy and Cathy's reaction to the
I
whole
mean,
thing?
that was a little much. That was a little much. Like,
always
can
is.
we be a little more obvious? I mean, yeah, that was just, I felt uncomfortable watching it, to be honest. Like, just sitting over Cathy's shoulder and, oh, do you have any pieces? Like, you're going to come to a competition, but you're not competing, and your kids are on vacation. Cathy's like, you need to put your mouth on vacation.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. She's sharp. She is very sharp on her words. I mean, her comments are awful.
Yeah, they can be. Well, speaking of awful words, let's move on to some news and gossip. I can't speak. So, Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition second season has wrapped. It's definitely going to be on your screen soon, and we will be bringing you some of the dancers and choreographers to AfterBuzz for some exclusive inside scoop. And I can confirm, in fact, that Asia will be on next season. And as we saw at the end of this episode, it looks like Maddie's going to be making an appearance as well.
Uh-huh. Doing a solo.
You, I'm sure, know plenty of people that are going to be on the show. Do you know any inside scoop on the season?
Inside scoop. Let's just say the props are beautiful.
The props are beautiful.
The props are beautiful. I'm going to leave it at that.
Oh.
The props are stunning.
Interesting.
Lots to work with. How about that?
Lots to work, like more than a cage.
Way more than a cage.
Interesting. Maybe we can bring some props into the studio.
Let's just say someone gets to dance. Actually, it's a duo. Gets to dance inside of a computer.
Oh, that's exciting. I
Yeah.
guess. Interesting.
It sounds cool, right?
One of our tweeters, it was Supriya Prasad. Sorry, I probably totally butchered your name. Shared an interesting video with me. I definitely highly recommend that you check it out. She said, Giselle, you should watch this before it gets taken down. # Dance Moms is scripted. It is on YouTube, and the title is ALDC Recital Practice Blow Up by the username Dance Mom. It has about 12,000 views. Check it out. Tell me what you think. Dance Moms scripted, Dance Moms produced. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, it is in their It is in, what, season 3?
Yeah.
It is in the 3rd season.
And then also, I don't know if you guys have been checking out Abby's Twitter, but last night she had a lot to say about the episode, including a little bit of beef with Hadley. Let's see. She wrote... Sorry.
Dun, dun, dun.
What in God's name is Vivi-Anne doing on stage for the awards? Zach, come on. It was only a frickin' walkover or a Tinsica. The arms were so lazy and sloppy. I'm not sure. Hadley certainly learned a lot during Abby's Ultimate. Her feet look better, but those ribs, close and tuck. And then, of course, don't you love how Cathy flies kids in and from all over the USA? But ALDC official dancers start when they are 3. Hashtag Dance Moms. So
Very true.
She's always tweeting the episodes, and she also says, I was in LA for this next episode with Hot John. Follow him. So, at Corella John. But, yeah, if you have any other dirt, news, gossip, be sure to tweet me. You could be featured on next week's episode of AfterBuzz TV Dance Moms After Show. And let's move on to some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, so, you know, there's never really much to predict because you can always sort of look online and see who won what at what competition. But I just want to know, Jill versus Black Patsy, who's going to win?
My gosh. Black Patsy, I mean, she looks like she could take it to the streets. You know?
I just
Like,
want her gone as soon as possible. Go home.
she makes good TV.
Have a seat.
She makes great TV. But
I don't
Let's
like
get
it on
past
my
that.
TV screen. I don't think she makes
I
good
agree.
TV. I'm over it.
I agree. But if there's wicked moms on television, I mean, maybe she should just cross shows.
Yeah.
There we go.
Please, just get off the ones that I watch. Marissa, what do you think? Jill versus Black Patsy? Because I know you watch the show and love it.
They both sound crazy, so I can't really decide who.
Well, if you're watching at home, let me know what you think. Leave a comment, leave a review, or tweet me. Thank you so much for being here, Ricky. I'm sure we will have you back later on this season. We love when you come by.
It's always a pleasure being with you, beautiful Giselle.
Thank you. Let us know where our viewers can find you.
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at Ricky Palomino, RickyPalomino. You can also find me at rickypalomino.com. New website is up. Lots of great things coming up. And, yeah.
Yeah, what do you have coming up?
Helping out with So You Think You Can Dance this season with Mr. Tice Diorio himself.
Ooh.
Should be very, very exciting. And I'm getting ready for Nationals. Shock Nationals. You can find me in Las Vegas, Myrtle Beach, and Panama City all summer.
Love it. Everyone, you can find me on most social media sites, portals, mediums at Giselle Ugarte. That's GISELLEUGARTE if you are just listening and can't see my name highlighted across the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back next week live on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll probably talk to you soon. Thank you, Marissa.
Thank you,
From
Marissa.
Executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.